Can you install Linux without deleting Windows? Imagine having two powerful operating systems on one computer, each ready to serve different needs. You might wonder if it's possible to keep Windows while adding Linux. The good news is yes, you can do that. This setup is called dual booting, and it allows you to choose which system to run every time you turn on your computer. Dual booting works by dividing your hard drive into separate sections called partitions. Each partition acts like a dedicated space for one operating system. When you install Linux alongside Windows, the installer creates new partitions for Linux without touching your Windows data. This means your files, programs, and Windows itself stay safe. Most Linux distributions like Ubuntu or Linux Mint recognize existing Windows installations during setup. They offer an option to install alongside Windows, which makes the process easier. The installer will handle partitioning automatically, but if you're experienced, you can manually adjust the partitions for more control. After installation, a boot menu appears when you start your computer. This menu, often called grub, lets you pick between Windows and Linux. Before starting, it's wise to back up important files. Then, use a tool within Windows to shrink your main partition and free up space for Linux. Next, create a bootable USB drive with your chosen Linux distribution. You can do this with free tools like Rufus or Etcher. Boot your computer from this USB, follow the installer prompts, and select the option to install Linux alongside Windows. The installer will guide you through partitioning and setup. Once the installation finishes, restart your computer. You will see the boot menu where you can select which operating system to load. Dual booting is perfect if you want to keep Windows for gaming or specific software, while using Linux for development or privacy. It runs both systems at full speed because they use your hardware directly, not through virtualization. Remember, modifying your hard drive always carries some risk. But modern Linux installers are designed to minimize problems. If you set up shared storage, you can access files from both systems easily. Alternatively, if you want to try Linux without changing your hard drive, you can use a live USB or DVD. This runs Linux directly from removable media, but any changes you make won't be saved after shutdown. In summary, installing Linux without deleting Windows is straightforward and offers a flexible way to experience both operating systems on one machine. Just follow the steps carefully, back up your data, and enjoy the best of both worlds.